Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this course webinar on the BSc MLT program by the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University. Today we are joined by two very special guests, one of whom is from the industry and the other is from the academic world. They are here to give us a glimpse into the exciting field of medical lab sciences and tell us more about the different opportunities available in this sector. They have also over the last few months been part of the curriculum advisory group for this course, aiding the university in designing and developing the overall program, and will share their views on how this program can support students who wish to make a career in this field of lab sciences. It is our pleasure to welcome Dr. Puneet Nigam, Chief Quality Officer from Metropolis Healthcare Limited. He has over a decade and a half of experience in laboratory management, and in addition to Metropolis, has also been associated with NABL and CDC in the past. Metropolis, as we all know, is one of India's leading diagnostic companies, with over 124 labs across more than 200 cities in India and abroad. In 2020 alone, they have served approximately 10 million patients, conducting roughly 20 million tests worldwide. In addition to this, Metropolis is also one of DSU's primary industry partners, and we are very grateful and honored to receive their support in our endeavor to scale India's next generation. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Puneet, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to this webinar and the DSU family.
Thank you, Ishan. It's a great privilege for me and for Metropolis to be associated with this wonderful activity, which is being initiated first time in India. Looking forward to this becoming a great success.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. We are also joined by Dr. Ashwini Bhardwaj. He is the HOD and office in charge of the MLT department in Kalpana Chawla Government College for Women, Ambala City. He has also supported multiple other educational institutes such as IBB Group of College, Kota, and AIPS College, Dehradun in the past. He has done his post-graduation in medical lab technology with specialization in hematology, his doctorate in microbiology, and has several years of teaching experience under his fold. It is a pleasure to have you with us today, sir, and thank you so much for supporting DSU with designing the program.
Thank you, Ishan. It is really a great day for me to be associated with DSEU and really privileged to be at this platform.
So Dr. Puneet and Dr. Ashwini, as Shipana has also given us the go-ahead from DSU side, and we will also be receiving questions on Facebook. But before we start getting those, I think the first question, and I personally want to ask you, because we've also been facing this as we meet students across the sector, that it's regarding the overall, little lack of awareness about the medical lab sciences sector as a whole. While, many of us engage with medical labs on a regular basis, we get our tests done. But जब भी हम medicine सुनते हैं, it's always doctors, right? We hardly think about medical labs as an institution and what goes on. So Dr. Puneet, if you can help us understand, since you've been associated so closely with this space, what goes on within medical labs? What do the doctors and technicians do? And how does that world look like?
So medical labs play a very important role in healthcare system. And when I say healthcare systems, people are aware about the hospitals, the clinicians who are consulted, but the back-end activity like diagnostics, it could be radiology, it could be clinical lab, supports the healthcare system lying at the heart of it. To give you an example, a medical report is responsible for 70% of the decisions which are taken by the clinicians. So when a doctor takes a decision, whether it's a cardiologist, a diabetologist, a nephrologist, anybody, because we are in an era of evidence-based medicine, डॉक्टर को एक एविडेंस चाहिए बीमारी क्या है, बीमारी क्या है बताने के लिए डायग्नोस्टिक्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. डायग्नोस्टिक्स का मतलब या तो लैब रिपोर्ट या रेडियोलॉजी की रिपोर्ट. वो रिपोर्ट डॉक्टर्स को बताती है कि क्या डिसीजन लेना. तो 70% जो डिसीजंस हैं वो डॉक्यूमेंटेड हैं कि रिपोर्ट्स हेल्प करती हैं. इतना इंपॉर्टेंट रोल क्लिनिकल लेबोरेटरीज प्ले करती हैं, बट थोड़ा सा ये बैकग्राउंड में रहती हैं. कस्टमर्स इनके साथ डायरेक्टली इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, पर उतना नहीं जितना डॉक्टर्स के साथ करते हैं. तो जब हम मेडिकल लैब्स की बात करते हैं, इंडिपेंडेंट लैब्स हो सकते हैं या हॉस्पिटल सिस्टम के अंदर हो सकते हैं। अभी आपको ट्रैवल भी करना है तो आरटीपीसीआर टेस्ट चाहिए। तो लैब्स जो हमेशा से इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते रहे हैं और आगे जाके तो और भी ज्यादा करेंगे, क्योंकि एविडेंस बेस्ड मेडिसिन रिक्वायर करती है कि आपके पास एक एविडेंस होना चाहिए आपने क्या डिसीजन लिया, ताकि डिसीजन गलत ना हो जाए, पेशेंट की सही तरीके से डायग्नोसिस हो, उसको सही मेडिकेशन दिया जाए, वो ठीक हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है फिर से टेस्ट किया जाए। तो ये जो साइकिल है ये ऑनगोइंग साइकिल है। इसमें अभी तक जो हम देख रहे थे वो पैथोलॉजी है, अगर कोई बीमार होता है। अब मेडिकल लैब्स का एक और इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है, क्या हम हेल्दी हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं प्रिवेंटिव हेल्थ चेकअप। तो करंटली जो लैब्स हैं वो बीमारी को ही देख रहे थे, अब आगे जाके ये जो है ये और एक्सपैंड हो जाएगा। हर आदमी चाहेगा कि क्या मैं हेल्दी हूं। जैसे जैसे हम तरक्की करेंगे, अवेयरनेस प्रिवेंटिव हेल्थ चेकअप का बढ़ जाएगा। तो मेडिकल लैब्स के अंदर डॉक्टर्स होते हैं जो कि पैथोलॉजिस्ट हो सकते हैं, दे कुड बी माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट, दे कुड बी बायोकेमिस्ट, बट इनको सपोर्ट करने के लिए एक टीम होती है जिसके अंदर बीएससी डीएमएलटी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं। आप कहेंगे कि मूवी जब रिलीज होती है तो हीरो हीरोइन डायरेक्टर का नाम सबको पता होता है, बट पीछे जो स्टाफ होते हैं उनका नाम नहीं जानते हैं। तो जो ये ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, डीएमएलटी हैं, ये एक्चुअल वो स्टाफ हैं जो कि मशीनें ऑपरेट करते हैं। छोटी से छोटी और बड़ी से बड़ी मशीन टेस्ट ये करते हैं। सैंपल्स इनके हाथ से प्रोसेस होता है, इनके हाथ से कलेक्ट होता है और उसके ऊपर टेस्टिंग होती है, प्रोसेसिंग होती है, फिर डॉक्टर्स रिपोर्ट रिलीज करते हैं। तो they are very important and a significant part of the medical laboratory. और मेडिकल लेबोरेटरी एक ऐसी चीज है, खासतौर से डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज में, इंडिया में, जहां पे हम देख रहे हैं बीमारियां बढ़ ही रही हैं, कम नहीं हो रही, नई नई बीमारियां। तो ये सेक्टर जो है ये एटलीस्ट नेक्स्ट ईयर 10 इयर्स तो बहुत ग्रो करेगा। इन्फेक्शंस हैं, लाइफस्टाइल डिजीजेस हैं, एनवायरमेंटल रिलेटेड बीमारियां हैं। अनफॉर्चुनेटली it is a booming sector.
I think very well put, Dr. Puneet also, and I think so at least it'll help students to get a sense of what goes on onto the other side. Dr. Ashwini, if I can bring you in here, I think Dr. Puneet mentioned about different roles. What are the other opportunities or other job roles which are also available in medical lab sciences sector for students?
Actually, there are multiple opportunities available in large labs and in different private and government hospitals also as a lab technicians. And they can work as lab technicians, they can work as technologists. Even if they want to work themselves, then they can work and can take their collection centers. For example, collection center of Dr. Puneet's Metropolis or either Lal Path Lab, any of the big industry, and become entrepreneurs. Many students can go for pharmaceutical companies as marketing sales managers also. They can also work in infertility centers and in stem cell banking industry, and we generally tend to earn very well in these type of companies. So these are some sectors where they can work very well.
Got it. So in like a big chunk of the students would generally be as having their career in the field as technicians or technologists. But what you're trying to say is that there is so much out there. There's so many opportunities as entrepreneurs. If you open collection centers, you can work in so many fertility centers as well nowadays. So I think it's a big market out there, and there'll be many opportunities. So Dr. Puneet, maybe just coming back to this, and since we were talking about job opportunities, if you can also help us understand, and maybe taking Metropolis as an example, how many technicians or technologists does Metropolis roughly have, if we were just to talk about, say, around in and around Delhi? And do you see this demand growing? As you were mentioning, the pandemic has brought it to the forefront. Is it something that is only short term, or do you actually see this will be a sustainable growth? कि actually jobs भी रहेंगी in the future, ऐसे ही चलती रहेंगी?
See, my total experience in healthcare is almost 22 years. Mm-hmm. And in those 22 years, the trend that we have seen is really a sharp rise upwards. हाँ, और आई थिंक 10 साल पहले डॉक्टर लाल पैथ लैब्स उतना बड़ा नहीं था, बट ये कंपनीज एक्सपैंड कर रही हैं. सो देयर इज अ ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर व्हाट दे से, जहां पे कॉर्पोरेट्स हैं, बड़ी कंपनीज हैं जो स्ट्रक्चर्ड हैं, जिनका सिस्टम्स ऐसे सिस्टम्स हैं कि वो इंडिया और इंडिया के बाहर ऑपरेट कर सकते हैं. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आईटी का है, सब कुछ चीजें स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड हैं. तो ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर जो है वो अभी भी बहुत छोटा है. किसी भी इंडस्ट्री में ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर की ग्रोथ जो है वो ये बताती है कि ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी क्या है. एक नंबर है जो इंडिया में कहते हैं 1 लाख से 5 लाख लैब.
Right.
Number of laboratories is 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. 50% of them would be also operated by MLT and graduate students. Once they take experience, Dr. Ashwini said कि वो अपना collection center खोल सकते हैं. Many of them open their own labs also. So they are entrepreneurs.
Very true.
उन्हें तो companies ही खोली हुई हैं where they are offering this as a service. They are employing 2000 phlebotomists. So हमारा जो total team strength है उसमें almost 60% is DMLT and DMLTs, which means majority. जैसे मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया, उनका रोल क्रिटिकल है क्योंकि वो ही एक्चुअली जो मेन ऑपरेशन है, टेस्टिंग है, प्रोसेसिंग है, उसमें डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व है. और डायग्नोस्टिक्स को स्ट्रेंथन सरकार भी करना चाहती है क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा डिस्टेंस तक सैंपल कलेक्शन करके टेस्टिंग करना जो है वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. हमारे विलेजेस में, बी टियर टाउन में अभी उतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. So government is also inviting companies, people who are entrepreneurs to set up the infrastructure. So इस सब growth में at least 50% of the workforce in the clinical lab will always be DMLTs. And industry is growing between 15 to 18%. कुछ companies उससे भी तेज grow कर रही हैं, but 15 to 18% is a very good growth. आप देखो बड़ी आईटी कंपनीज जो है उनकी ग्रोथ 7 to 8% है, जो लार्ज आईटी कंपनीज है. एंड हेल्थ केयर की ग्रोथ इज अराउंड 18%, डबल ऑफ आईटी. सो ये प्रोस्पेक्ट जो है, इसीलिए ये बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग टाइम है हेल्थ केयर के लिए, क्योंकि इंडिया में हेल्थ केयर डेवलप करने का स्कोप बहुत ज्यादा है. हमारा बजटरी एलोकेशन भी ओवर अ सर्टेन टाइम आई थिंक डबल हो जाएगा. बजटरी एलोकेशन डबल होने का मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे ही जाएगा, ड्रग्स, डायग्नोस्टिक्स, हॉस्पिटल्स, उसमें लैब्स. तो जो भी अभी एंट्री लेगा, जॉब सिक्योरिटी का तो कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ जॉब सिक्योरिटी. देयर इज नोबडी आई नो हु इज अनएम्प्लॉयड, which is remarkable. No, for 22 years somebody has taken a job. He is not out of job, he is only growing very fast. Or within the lab and outside the lab, as a employee of a lab or as an entrepreneur, दोनों ही options बहुत ही बढ़िया हैं.
I think that is wonderfully put, and as you mentioned, the sector is booming and there's इतना attention है both from the public sector भी और private sector भी. So mostly with so much investment also coming in, the sector is obviously going to grow, and it's a very, very exciting time to be associated with the sector. So I think moving across and now coming, maybe if we focus more on the course also that the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University is also going to launch and how this will prepare. And Professor Ashwini, एक बार अगर आपसे मैं request करूं, if you can help the students with an overview about the course, this particular BSc in Medical Laboratory Technology, how will this student actually help, how will this program help the students to enter this sector, this booming sector, and make a stable career for themselves? If you can start by giving us a brief idea about the course as well.
Actually, basically, this program is designed with the help of in close coordination with the industry experts. For example, Metropolis Thyrocare. So certainly they have suggested to include few different things which are not earlier incorporated in the curriculum of different BSc levels. And as you know that we have some different and new subjects programs included in this program, like molecular biology. Everyone knows about COVID protocols, and everyone know about the COVID test. For example, PCR. Previously, कोई भी नहीं जानता था कि RT-PCR क्या चीज है. But exactly it is. But now everyone knows very well about that test, and this is basically a very important tool. Molecular biology is basically a very important tool during this COVID pandemic. We have designed this program so that a student can know about the basic requirement of future, so that they can fight, they can work, and they can get each and everything about the possibility in the future. And as you know that our program is very flexible entry and exit. If a candidate doesn't want to continue his studies, so he can leave after 1 year, and whenever he want to come back, he can join the degree program. And after 1 year, he will get a diploma program in medical lab technology. We also have inlets for the lateral entry students also. Basically, this program is totally practical oriented. We have near about 30 to 40% theoretical aspects and 60% practical aspects. Their exposure should be in real-time training, totally practical based in the industry or either hospitals. So we have preferred that the student will get each and everything in real time in completion of first year for 1 month, after second year 1 month, and completion of 3 years, then we can send them for 6 month compulsory internship. So that बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट तो यही है कि हर चीज प्रैक्टिकली वो जान पाए और कर पाए. जब तक नहीं कर पाएंगे तो दे कैन नॉट वर्क इजिली इन द हॉस्पिटल्स. तो दिस इज द ब्रीफ ऑफ आवर प्रोग्राम.
So sir, आपने काफी interesting चीज बताई that it's practically oriented, right? जैसे 50 to 60% you said is just practical. So ये practical oriented, is it only in terms of internships, or is it also within the program they will actually on a day-to-day basis भी वो labs में, campus में हमारी labs में काम कर सकेंगे या hospitals में जाके काम कर सकेंगे? थोड़ा वो भी आप बताएं आइडिया कि practical exposure कैसे मिलेगा बच्चों को?
सर देखिए, we have different labs. We have planned for the different labs in the campus.
Okay.
And we also have industry partner like Metropolis. We have suggested for the internship in industry and in different hospitals in Delhi, so that they will get a proper knowledge of different labs, different tests, and how to perform in different environments. So this is very important for them.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much for pointing that out. I think it will be a wonderfully designed program जिसमें आपको theoretical के साथ-साथ hands-on practical experience भी मिलेगा. I think that will be very good for the students as well. Dr. Puneet, as Dr. Ashwini Bhardwaj was also mentioning, Metropolis is also a key player and a key partner for the university in this. So I just wanted to understand, as a partner to the university, how do you view this partnership as a unique experience? Do you think it would be a big change in the higher education space as well? And what are the different fields, that Metropolis would be supporting DSU with? If you could just share that as well with our students.
The students who are coming out from the current system, majority of the centers, I would not say all, there are some who are doing a very good job, but majority of the centers are generating students with some certificate. In terms of their knowledge and skill, there is a huge gap. So when a person joins a lab like ours, where there is an expectation of some basic knowledge, understanding, whether they have operated an instrument ever or not. The answer is most of the time no. They have never seen the machine. If it was there, it was not functional, and they have never operated. So we know we can learn only a little amount from, beautiful colored photos or boxes in a place and that we call as a classroom. So the learning comes when you have the right kind of equipment, and the person who has that training, diploma or degree is ready to do the job. So there is a fitness of purpose, what we call fitness of purpose. So the individual is fit to perform. So imagine a soldier, we see there is a soldier on the border, and when something is required, he's kind of paralyzed.
Right.
How does it help? It doesn't help. So same way a technician, the scientific team has a very important role. And as I said that they are actually handling, so their role is most important. I would say the quality of the lab itself is judged by the quality of the team they have, who's testing the samples, how they are operating, how they are troubleshooting. So these are the things which are deficient, and we are very happy that we got this opportunity. And the vision of the program is to have a course where students learn the theoretical part, but more than that, they learn the practical part, and more than that, they learn the application part.
Absolutely, sir.
So
And
you may learn you may learn Excel sheet, but how do you apply? Where do you apply this Excel sheet is the last bit. And that last bit is the most important bit.
No, absolutely, sir. And thank you so much for mentioning that this opportunity would be unique both from Metropolis as well as for DSU. I think that's wonderful to hear if we are also able to help the industry, in its endeavor to get better trained and better skilled students, which at the end of the day also helps in the entire nation building process. But also to again understand more from a student perspective also, as we were mentioning, a lot of these students would also look to possibly get internship opportunities within Metropolis itself if possible, and also work across different labs. So would that also be part of this entire program, that some students would get an opportunity to work in your labs and actually get to see those equipment and use those equipment, especially during the last, say, 6 months of the program?
From the technical side, the training is done, but the real workflow, the processes, the information systems, the data management, all these things have to be, seen to be actually assimilated. So this is the most important part, and I'm sure any other industry partner would be happy to offer, because what we are looking for, team members who are ready, and when they are ready, they are confident. And when they are confident, they are happy. So we need a healthcare system where the people are working in a very positive environment. They are knowledgeable, skillful, and they enjoy their work. Then only we can have a delivery which offers a service and helps and takes best care of our customers, which is our patients and individuals.
Absolutely, I think Dr. well put that it's important for each and everyone to be confident as well as happy when they're doing their job. I think that's what just makes the biggest change. Dr. Ashwini, I think coming to you on this particular question, I think we were just discussing this also internally, that there are multiple institutes, right? I think in terms of uniqueness of this program, of course, industry partners and Metropolis, I say there are different organizations also, and particularly Metropolis, who are supporting us. But उसके बाद भी इतने सारे diploma programs भी run करते हैं. There are other degree programs also. And some ये diploma programs usually class 10 के बाद भी होते हैं और class 12 के बाद भी होते हैं. तो जो बच्चे अभी class 12 के बाद हैं, एक थोड़ी mindset ये भी होती है कि हम diploma करके जल्दी से job sector में join करें, थोड़ा हमारे लिए easier भी होगा and quicker होगा. तो आपसे मैं थोड़ा ये I just wanted to understand. What would be your advice for students right now जो ये actually decision ले रहे हैं कि हमें diploma करना चाहिए या degree करनी चाहिए? And which one would you recommend for a student to do?
देखिए इसके लिए मैं एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूंगा. Previously diploma in pharmacy was there, and now they have B Pharma also. Got it? And there is difference between diploma and bachelor degree. And we have a unique program in DSEU which provide both of the things. A student after 12th can do his or her diploma after first year. And if he or she want to continue after few years, then he can go for degree also. So basically it is very unique, and so many different organizations, so many different private and government hospitals now prefer degree students, not the diploma one, because there are so many different guidelines, NABL and other guidelines also. They require proper degree candidates for their work culture. तो मैं यही सजेस्ट करूंगा, बच्चा डिप्लोमा भी कर सकता है, लेकिन he or she should complete his degree so that he can go for higher education also, because in higher education for master in medical lab technology they require BSc degree. So it is very important to complete their degree in this medical lab technology program.
Got it, sir. I think that is very helpful. That आजकल काफी opportunities and jobs ऐसे भी दिख रही है जहाँ पर degree would be given a preference.
One more thing I want to add up. Actually, government of different states now they have divided diploma and degree into technician and technologist work culture, and their perks are also different. तो मैं दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट से भी ये रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगा कि वो भी इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा वर्कआउट करे. कुछ स्टेट्स ने ये ऑलरेडी कर दिया है. नाउ इट इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री.
Got it. I think so, well put. I think through this we will also be able to help the industry as a whole. खासकर हमारे गवर्नमेंट साइड में जैसे एक स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस भी होता है कि डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस है डिफरेंट ग्रेड्स का. So definitely sure we'll try and put this message across also. Dr. Puneet, जैसे Dr. Ashwini was also telling us about the difference between a diploma and degree student. But I think for a private sector that might not be that relevant. But I would just love to understand from you कि वो कौन सी skills हैं जो industry really values when you are looking to hire people.
इसके लिए मैं एक सिंपल सा हमारा एक मुहावरा है, जितना आप गुड़ डालोगे उतना मीठा होगा. जो लर्निंग है वो एक मंथन की एक्सरसाइज है. आप उसके अंदर जितना रिगर डालोगे, जितना कंटेंट डालोगे, उतना ही उसका डेप्थ आएगा. वो सब लोग तो जो एक ही साल का कोर्स करेंगे ऑब्वियसली उनका डेप्थ उतना ज्यादा नहीं हो पाएगा. 3 साल में वो डिग्री बोल रहे हैं. डिग्री का कॉन्सेप्ट ही ये था कि उस एरिया में उस इंडिविजुअल का अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो है कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव होगा. सो अगर कोई बच्चे 3 साल का किसी भी कारणवश नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, उनके लिए ऑप्शन है कि आप डिप्लोमा का कोर्स करो. बेसिक लर्निंग लेके आप जॉब कर सकते हो, और जॉब करने के बाद मे बी आगे आपको लगेगा कि मे बी डिग्री मेरे लिए ज्यादा जरूरी है, तो आप डिग्री रीजॉइन कर सकते हो. बट अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो डिग्री कोर्सेज में आता है, हायरार्की इन द एजुकेशन सिस्टम, वो इसी हिसाब से था कि every year which is added gives you a deeper understanding, depth in your knowledge and application. तो जब आप डे टू डे काम करोगे तो वो जो डेप्थ है वो आपको हायर ले जाएगी नॉलेज लेवल पे. मेरा ये भी कहना है कि क्योंकि कोर्स करिकुलम इतने अच्छे नहीं है, कोर्सेज इतने अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं है, कि डिप्लोमा डिग्री होल्डर्स जो हैं वो इंडस्ट्री के लेवल पे आके इक्वली उनको ट्रेन करने का जरूरत फील होता है. बट जिस तरीके से हमने ये कोर्स डिफाइन किया है, इसमें डेफिनेटली जो डिग्री स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनका बेसिक नॉलेज एंड स्किल्स जो हैं वो हम काफी अच्छे से ग्रूम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. आपने पूछा कि किस तरह के स्किल्स चाहिए होते हैं, तो एक चीज है जो किसी इंडस्ट्री में नहीं है, वो ये है कि इंडिविजुअल के अंदर एक जज्बा है. हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स को सर्व करना चाहते हैं. ये जो बेसिक जज्बा है ये बहुत जरूरी है अपने आप में. आप अगर हेल्थ केयर में आ रहे हो तो इसके बिना ना आए, और जिनके अंदर ये जज्बा है ये 50% तो काम वहीं से कर देता है. इसी को आपको एक्सपैंड करना है. ये नहीं भूलना हम जो भी काम कर रहे हैं, पेशेंट हमारे सामने नहीं है पर हम उस पेशेंट के लिए कर रहे हैं. कोई ना कोई इफेक्ट हो रहा है, जिसकी सेफ्टी इफेक्ट हो रही है, जिसका ट्रीटमेंट इफेक्ट हो रहा है. तो सैंपल के अंदर हम बोलते हैं ये सैंपल नहीं है, ये पेशेंट है. तो जितने लोग इस इंडस्ट्री में आएंगे उनको सबसे पहला स्किल ये चाहिए कि ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग उनके ब्लड में हो जाना चाहिए कि हम बैकग्राउंड वर्क भी करेंगे तब भी हम पेशेंट की केयर कर रहे हैं. नर्स डायरेक्ट केयर करती है, डॉक्टर डायरेक्ट अटेंड करता है, जो लैब की टीम है वो इनडायरेक्टली केयर कर रही है. सेकेंड जो चीज है वो अधिकतर जो हमने देखा एरर्स हैं क्योंकि मेडिसिन और हेल्थ केयर में नॉलेज इतनी ज्यादा है, इवन डॉक्टर्स का भी आप मेरे ख्याल से सभी जानते हैं कितनी मोटी मोटी किताबें पढ़ के डॉक्टर बने। तो सेम वे क्लिनिकल लैब में भी नॉलेज जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा है, कोई था नहीं है, और वो इवॉल्व भी होती जा रही है। तो आपको कंटिन्यूअसली थोड़ा लर्निंग के लिए एफर्ट निकालना ही पड़ेगा। हम सोचे हमने डिप्लोमा कर लिया, डिग्री कर लिया, अब तो काम खत्म, अब तो नौकरी करनी है, ऐसा नहीं। एक्सपेक्टेशन जो हेल्थ केयर में है वो जीरो एरर है। नाउ जीरो एरर जब आप लैब में देखोगे, आप देखोगे इतने लाख टेस्ट करे, अब इंडिविजुअल डेली 2000 सैंपल टेस्ट कर रहा है, उसमें से जरा सा भी कंसंट्रेशन खत्म हुआ, कोई स्टेप आपने मिस कर दिया, तो आपकी गलती हो गई। पेशेंट के लिए तो वो गलती जो है वो एक नॉन एक्सेप्टेबल एक्टिविटी है। तो ये भी एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए कि हम कोई गलती भी नहीं कर सकते। हमारा अपने आप से एक एक्सपेक्टेशन, उस लैब के एसओपीज के साथ कंप्लायंस के लिए डिसिप्लिन चाहिए और एक एनालिटिकल माइंड चाहिए। गलती को रोकने का एक ही तरीका है कि गलती के पहले हम किसी से एडवाइस ले लें, जिसको हम कहते हैं एस्केलेशन कर दिया। आपका सीनियर है, डॉक्टर है, तो गलती रोकने के लिए इतना पता होना चाहिए गलत हो रहा है, तो आपने किसी का एडवाइस लिया। इसके लिए आपको थोड़ा सा एनालिटिकल माइंड चाहिए, एप्लीकेशन चाहिए, जो कि ट्रेनिंग के करिकुलम में रहेगा। पर जब आप डे टू डे काम करते हो तो मिस्टेक्स और एरर्स होंगे। कितने भी अच्छे सिस्टम हो, उनके रोकने के लिए हमारे प्रोसेसेस में हम क्वालिटी कंट्रोल स्टेप्स डालते हैं। जब वो भी चीज आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल होती है तो हम सीनियर्स से गाइडेंस लेते हैं, और पेशेंट के लेवल पे कोई मिस्टेक ना हो, ऐसा एक अप्रोच रहता है। तो इसके लिए वो जो इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, उनका मोटिवेशन, उनका ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि ये उनसे एक्सपेक्टेड है, चाहे पेशेंट को वो नहीं मिले, बट एक अननोन पेशेंट, फेसलेस पेशेंट के लिए वो इस तरीके से काम करेंगे, लाइफ ऐसे ही काम करेंगे, उनको थैंक यू भी नहीं मिलेगा शायद कभी लाइफ में। हाँ, बट इतना अच्छा काम करेंगे और उसका सेटिस्फैक्शन शाम को आपको मिलेगा, चलो आज मैंने बड़ा अच्छा काम किया, आई एम श्योर, क्योंकि जो आपने सैंपल प्रोसेस किए वो उतने पेशेंट आपने हेल्प किए।
एब्सोल्युटली सर, आई थिंक आपने काफी अच्छी चीजें बताई। एंड जस्ट टू समराइज, एक आपने जैसे बताया कि मोटिवेशन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, उसके साथ ही एक एनालिटिकल बेंट ऑफ माइंड व्हिच कम्स विद डिसिप्लिन, क्योंकि देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो रूम फॉर एरर, क्योंकि आप पेशेंट्स के साथ डील करें, उनके सैंपल्स के साथ, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे किसी की लाइफ है। सो बट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली जो आई थिंक सर आपने मेंशन किया was that a genuine care for patients, and मैं भी कुछ medical lab technology students से बात कर रहा था, and I think one thing I found very common from all of these students is that it was not just about the career, or it was not just about कि हमें इस पे काम करना है इस सेक्टर में, but हमें लोगों की हेल्प करना है। हमने आज काफी डिस्कशन की about the course also, we talked about the sector also, कि how it is growing, and then how this course could also be a good stepping stone for students. थोड़ा माहौल को लाइट करने के लिए एक मेरे पास इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन था, एंड आई थिंक मे बी आई आस्क बोथ ऑफ यू दिस क्वेश्चन, इज दैट अगर आज आप स्टूडेंट होते तो आपका क्या मोटिवेशन रहता है ये पर्टिकुलर कोर्स के रिगार्डिंग, या इस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड के रिगार्डिंग? ऐसी कौन सी चीज है इस कोर्स में जो आपको सबसे ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट कर रही है? सो मे बी डॉक्टर अश्विनी यू कैन स्टार्ट, एंड मे बी आई विल कम टू डॉक्टर पुनीत आफ्टर दैट।
देखिए, if as a student I will prefer a program or a course which have a different mode of learning. देखिए, अगर हम अपनी पास्ट लाइफ को देखते हैं, जो हम लोगों का पढ़ाने का तरीका अलग था, पढ़ने का तरीका अलग था, but now the students are very smart and the technologies are too good. So we should adopt few different type of work culture or education system in our classroom, like smart classrooms, discussions with different type of assignments, projects, and even if as this program is totally practical based, जब तक आपको ये नहीं पता होगा आपने किस वेन में, किस सिरिंज से, किस तरह की सिरिंज से आपने सैंपल लेना है, उसका नाम क्या है, तब तक आप थ्योरी में कितना ही पढ़ें उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। इवन ऑल्सो इन स्टेनिंग ऑल्सो बुक्स में लिखा है कि 10 मिनट्स के लिए आपने ये रिएजेंट में डाइल्यूट करके रखना है स्लाइड को। डू यू बिलीव दैट कि कई बार ऐसा नहीं होता? वी हैव टू प्रैक्टिकली done so many times. We have to increase the time, we have to decrease the time, we have to increase the content, also decrease the content. तो ये सब चीजें एक स्टूडेंट हमेशा प्रैक्टिकल से ही समझता है, ट्रेनिंग से ही समझता है. तो इसलिए मैं ऐसी इस तरह के प्रोग्राम को अडॉप्ट करना चाहूंगा जहां पे हर चीज मैं खुद कर पाऊं और खुद समझ पाऊं.
What I like about this course is that the theory is less than 50% of the total content. Because the courses which we have done, theory is 98%.
Yes, I agree.
And so we become very good parrots. First, we have to study for hours and hours, remember a lot of nitty-gritty things which are never used in life or in lab. Never. Such beautiful things we are taught, never we use it. So what this course is trying to do is put the content which is going to be of use. So if the student is going to review after 10 years, book page by page, in each page he will say, no, this line was very important. This page, yes, 80% of it I was using in my last 10 years. So this is what we have tried to do. No theory which is not going to be, of use, because anyway, information is available. We are not living in dark ages. At press of a button, any information is available. What is not available is the right information. So the challenge in modern times is you have more of it for free, but the right information, which is the crux of anything, is not available. That is now costly. The junk of the junk in tons is available free. So it's a paradoxical situation. And this course is trying to do that course content is right. There is a lot of focus on building an individual, how that individual looks at himself, he analyzes, he presents. I think that is something which I can say that we are still learning. I am still learning. So this orientation we do not have. We are trying to evolve our education system. A lot of changes are happening, but we are just beginning. And I'm sure this itself is going to be a pioneer, and that how the education should be imparted, which is of use. We say vocational courses meaning which will help you get a job and which will skill you for the job. So the difference between academic and vocational courses is academic course is more of theory. You may never use it. Vocational is you rest assured everything you will use. So this course that way is very well aligned, and I would be happy to join a course like that, because some of the things which we have not learned formally, we are trying to give it here. If you share, if you train somebody else, you learn better. So traditionally, what students are on this side, teacher is on that side. That is only 10% of learning. You change the roles and you see students become better learners. So that is what we are trying to have, presentations from the student, communications, discussion, to see what they have learned. And once they start sharing, they start learning fast. So I think this is something which is very exciting to me. And students should join this course, especially if they have taken biology. And as I said earlier also, I'm sure the first aspiration is to become a doctor if you have taken biology. But for some reason, if you are not able to do, one of the other options is joining a MLT graduation course. Be part of the diagnostics, which is a very, very important part of the healthcare, which is the fastest growing piece of the healthcare, and create your own career. And when I say create your own career is, see, each individual has its own pace. There is a pace at which industry grows, but the people who have got the right skill, right knowledge in the early part, they set their own pace, and their pace will beat the industry pace also. So what we are trying to create is those people, people who will join the healthcare system, and they will be running within that healthcare system. So they are aspirational. The course has to create the aspiration. They have interest. Now they have interest, they want to join. But once they come inside, their aspiration has to fire. So they will say, thank God I joined the right course. And now I really aspire to be this. And this is what I'll do in my career. And a lot of opportunities. So I think that piece is nothing to worry about.
No, I think so very well put. I think as you summarizing also, that our endeavor is to build and inspire students. And if we are able to, just create that spark within somebody that you can actually, the sky is the limit, and you can reach anywhere and up to basis whatever you want to do in the future and you want to learn. We will provide you with the right set of tools that can help you get started, and then it is up to you to take your career forward. Thank you so much, I think, Dr. Puneet, Dr. Ashwini, for joining us today. We've discussed so many different aspects, both in terms of the future of this sector, which is booming, and also so many of the students who are playing such important part as part of the sector during this pandemic. So before we end this, I just wanted to take that opportunity to thank both you as well as both of you and all the students out there, the past MLT students who've been through different institutions and are now lab technicians, for the kind of services you've provided during this tough time. Salute to all of you, and thank you so much for your participation in this webinar, as well as the work you continue to do for this nation as a whole. Thank you so much, Dr. Puneet. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Puneet. Pleasure to have you with us today.
Yes, same here. Wishing all the success to students who are going to join this course and this course. And I wish this course in itself will be recognized in India as a unique effort.
One more thing I want to add up. This program is basically is as equal to the degrees provided by different universities in abroad. So it is basically at par as those universities. So basically it is a good opportunity for the students who want to pursue their higher education or either their doctorate from abroad also. So it can be a good platform for them also. Best of luck for them.
Thank you, Professor Ashwini. Thank you so much for informing the students about that as well. I really hope that a lot of students come in and take full utilization of this opportunity, which DSU would want to provide to them. Thanks a lot once again. Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.